Hi, I'm Jessica Thomas, Director of Patient Education for the Neuroendocrine Tumor Research Foundation. Helping people not feel alone in their neuroendocrine cancer journey is something I'm passionate about. So for this month's Thrivership Series, I'm going to share some of the videos that we put together from people living with neuroendocrine cancer, where they share what helps them thrive with their disease all the way to how they work with their healthcare team. If you would like to participate in a video like this in the future, or you would like to share your story to help other people not feel alone in their neuroendocrine cancer journey, I encourage you to reach out to me, and my email is below. I will see you next month, and I hope you continue thriving.
I start every morning with just this whole slew of thank yous. I'm thankful for my ability to access incredible care. I'm thank you for my super sweet husband. I'm thank you for my supportive family that I call Team Positive. And that's just the beginning. I'm so thankful for so many things, and I try and throw them out there every day because remaining grateful is something that keeps my head on straight.
Movement is probably one of the hardest things when you're undergoing treatment. You don't want to move. You just want to lay in bed because you're nauseated. You're low in energy. There may be many other things that you're experiencing just because there's other underlying health issues that you may be experiencing that other patients may not be. So being able to move gives me that ability that I am grateful to do that. At the same time, it alleviates any symptoms.
I focus probably more on my mental health than I do on any treatment. So I get lanreotide every 28 days. But outside of that, I meditate, I try to do yoga, I try to exercise, I walk outside as much as I can, I intermittent fast, I take some supplements. I do a lot of things to really focus on my head, honestly, just my headspace and how I'm feeling, that I feel have really helped me. I volunteer a ton and I'm unemployed, but I keep myself busy because the more I engage my brain, the better I feel physically.
On the days where I'm feeling great, where I just I have a shot coming up, or, I have a scan coming up, I just try to say, okay, that's for that day. Let me just table that aside and then focus on, making what I have now and making today really count, and really, just doing little things that make it go well. And then once that day comes for my lanreotide shot or a scan, then that's the cancer day for me. But really just compartmentalizing the days.
As a caregiver, I make sure to take care of myself as well in between all the scans and appointments that I go to for my mom, because if I'm not taking care of myself, there's no way I could take care of my mother.
It really helped me to find a doctor and a care team that I really, really trusted. It just helped me because I didn't feel like I had to know every single thing, like every minutia, every little bit of this and that. Part of it, I could just trust that they knew, and they knew what was best for me. So that really helped.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. This disease is very overwhelming just because it's rare. There's a lot of different information. And at the same time, the majority of providers do not have the answers or even knowledge to navigate this kind of disease. So be open to learning, be open to making mistakes. Just make sure that you are giving yourself some slack, just because there are no perfect answers. And then there's no perfect journey either.
The one thing to think about is that there are two sides to cancer. So there's the treatment side, and you will be besieged with information, and you'll get all the information you want on the treatment side. But then there's the experience side, and the experience side is where no one focuses, right? So I remember being diagnosed thinking, how do I tell my mom I have cancer? I woke up in fear every night in the hospital thinking, how am I going to pay for this? don't forget to focus on those things, because those are the things that matter to how you live your life every single day. Like I said, I get a shot once every 28 days. In between those 28-day cycles, nothing is happening on the treatment side, but I'm still living with a serious disease and have to cope with it. So don't forget that you're way more than your diagnosis.
I know it's very scary to get any sort of diagnosis like this, but I would say just, really educating yourself, really being part of some support groups, and just talking to as many people as you can that are patients and have been going through this. For me, it's really inspirational to hear that there are 10, 15-year, survivors of this cancer.
As a caregiver, I'm going to encourage any other caregiver to find support and find help, whether it's someone who's also in the community, like another caregiver, or find a solid medical care team that can help you along in the journey as well. You do not have to do this alone.
Well, I've learned that we're a team. Yeah, I mean, yes, they are doing their thing, but they're not doing it on their own. I mean, we are in this thing together. And yes, it's a tough project. It's not always an easy one to tackle. But I feel like as a team that we could do it together.
The thing I do really love about my NET care team is that they are very humble in what they don't know. I've spoken to many practitioners where they think they know everything, but I'm at MD Anderson, which is one of the top medical centers in the world. And I do give a lot more respect to my team when they say, I don't know. We've made phenomenal leaps in terms of efficacy in treatment, but we're basically just scratching the surface.
At the end of the day, no matter how good my doctor is, it's on me. Like I am my own advocate. I'm my own healthcare coordinator, project manager, case manager, whatever you want to say. So he's taught me that he's an input, but he's not the only input. He's also taught me to advocate for myself. So, and if I know I need something, to just be annoying, because at the end of the day, this is my life, and I need to keep pushing them. I think the other thing he's taught me, which I take very seriously, but I consider one of my jobs to make him a better oncologist. So anything I can do to introduce him to new concepts are things that I consider part of my role with him as well. So those are some of the things he's taught me.
Look at this cancer as more as a chronic disease, rather than thinking of it as cancer, which, I would agree with that. I think that definitely helps my thought and mental frame of this.
I've learned a lot from my mom's care team, but ultimately at the end of the day, I've learned that we are going to be able to get through every single day, no matter what the scans show, no matter what the reports show. We're going to get through each day because I have a supportive team on my mom's side.